Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode. So in today's episode, I'm going to be showing you um, how to make a platform rotate back and forth when you move your mouse back and forth and up and down and stuff like that. So how to make it like rotate and stuff. So this video is actually going to require how to use the geometry tool. If you already know how to use it, good. But if not, you can try and follow along. I'm not going to explain it much, but I'll put the link to my video in the description. But I did a video on the geometry tool. Tool, my bad. So right here I have an empty level. Well, besides, it's just the default level. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this platform. We don't need it. And so just pull out a box, and then let's just center it. 0, 0, 0. Okay. And if you didn't know, there's this little yellow arrow that will pop up. And it'll pop up over here. Like, let's see if I just go like 1. See how that yellow arrow? And if you just click it, it will put it back to 0, 0, 0. Just center. But we're just gonna do Z, and we'll just do 20 to make it thin. And this is going to be our little platform that we're going to create. So 1000-ish. Let's just go like by 2000. So not a super big platform, but a platform. And then let's go ahead and actually just get rid of player start. We need the box brush, light source. No, actually, yeah, don't get rid of your light source. We don't need spear reflection capture, skylight. We do need the sky spear and that. Okay, so everything else we'll keep the same, and we'll just go ahead and actually, yeah, let's change this to let's select all adjacent surfaces and go down, and let's change this to 2000 and this to 1000. So we have a nice centered one, just because we'll put the camera up here so you can see it, and we don't want it facing that way, and it just makes things more complicated. So let's just go ahead and actually, yeah, let's okay, so what we're going to do now is, what you want to do is just go here, select all adjacent surfaces, and it's not that one, it's, where is it? Create static mesh. Now you're going to want to name your static mesh to whatever. I'm just going to do platform and create static mesh, and it's just going to pop up right there. So now this is static mesh, move it, whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and reset that. Reset. It wants to reset. I'm using Unreal Engine 4.25.3. The end doesn't matter, just 4.25 is the version that I'm using. So what we're going to do is, there's multiple ways that you can do this. You can go into the level blueprint, but if you're making multiple levels with this, you're going to want to go down here and do blueprint class, and then it would be an actor. And then, so I'm not going to name it or anything, but what you're going to do is go in here, new static mesh, and then I'm just going to name this platform, and then you just go in here and you find your platform right here. So here's the platform. Now you can change the material or whatever. I'll just do clay new. So what you're going to do is make sure it's movable. You're going to want it to be movable. That's static is going to make things messed up, and so you want movable. You could use stationary. Stationary will be a little more complicated, but we're going to want to stick on movable. So what we're going to do is, let's just pop this down, and then go into our, actually, so there's two ways you can do this. You can go in and do inputs, like go into your project settings and edit project settings, and then go into your inputs and do mouse left, right, and stuff like that. But we're not going to be doing that right now. We're going to do just the inputs that are already made, the mouse X and mouse Y. Okay, I'm just going to delete these. We do need event tick though. So you want to drag out of this and go get mouse X. No, okay. We're just gonna have to go down into inputs. I think I went past it. Input, and then I think it's in mouse input. No, it isn't. Mouse tracking. Nope. Touch input. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm a little confused on where. It's gonna be. It usually is mouse input. Did they change something? Input. Motion tracking. It wouldn't be motion tracking. It's a blueprint that's called get mouse X, and I just gotta remember exactly how to get that. It could be actually in the inputs. So project settings. As soon as that pops up, I think it is in the inputs. That's my bad. This is all just for the stuff that are in the defaults for stuff for the third person, but we're just gonna want to go that new axis mapping, and then I think it'd be like mouse. Actually, wait. I think actually it might be just not pulled off. Get mouse X. Yeah, here we are. Okay, so I was a little I got confused there for a second. So off of this, there's a couple things that you can do. So you want to get a reference to your static mesh, but it's just gonna be just get reference, just like that. And off of this, you're gonna get actor, get actor. Okay, why is it not doing this? Get actor. Am I misspelling something? Here, let's just do rotation. Get world. Get world. Get world. Get world. I don't want world, I want actor. Get actor. Rotation. Okay, so sometimes you don't pull off. You just. Why is it? Maybe it has to be the default scene route. No? Okay. This is interesting and is very, very. So, I'll be back with you when I figure this out. Okay, so I think I figured it out. So what you're going to want to do is just pull off of this, and you just do get actor rotation. But here, let me just get rid of that. So down here, you just want to do break rotator. I think it's world instead of actor because we're not doing it in the level blueprint, so it's a little different. But so you just want to do the break rotator, but off of mouse X, you want to actually we'll wait on that. So off of X roll, which is going to be your X axis, which is what mouse X. So you just want to do an addition symbol, just addition, float plus float. Off of this, you're going to want to actually plug this into here and this into here. And so it's adding these two together. It's adding the platform plus the mouse things. And then you want to pull it over to make a rotator. So it'd be make rotator. So you also, to do the up down and stuff like that, like you'll notice in here that you may think, oh well, X is going to be forward backwards because that's where this is, but when you press the rotate, X is actually right here. This is the X axis, and then this is your Y. I think, yeah, Y, right? Yeah, Y is green. Okay, so yeah, so your Y, so what we're just basically showing is how to make it to where it does this. So you want to go back into here, and then you want to get mouse Y. So get mouse Y, you're basically just going to be doing the same thing. So except actually you aren't, because off this you're going to be doing another addition symbol, which is just going to be float plus float, and then you're gonna, but you want to make it to where it's inverted, so you want to do a multiply symbol. So this is how you do invert stuff, is you want to do -1. Now this is a magic number though, and I'm going to go in depth on magic numbers in another episode, but just basically magic numbers, you don't want to have too many of them, because they can mess things up and they make it real hard to edit stuff and stuff like that. But inverted, just say negative and it will invert it, and then just plug that straight into into the addition, and then you want to put it into your Y. So let's just go ahead and just clean this up a little bit. And then if you want something like this, like straight, but you don't want the nodes to be covering it, just double click the line and it will create this, like this little dot, and you can move that. And then it gets tricky to grab, but just go like that. And then out of this return value, you want to do set actor rotation. So, and then your target is just going to be this. So you just want to plug that in. Why is it not? Oh, is it gonna do this again? Alright, yeah, it's the mess up thing again. It's out of level blueprint. Not bad. I'm used to working with level blueprints. So it would be like set world rotation. So yeah, it's basically like the same thing. It's just like one's world, and it gets kind of confusing. But the ticker is just saying like every how many seconds is it gonna do this input type thing, and I think default is 1 second. So every 1 millisecond or something like that, it will do this whole node thing. But that's basically it for this. So let's go and test it out. So here, actually, let's pull out we have to make the scene, because when we press play, we're not going to be anywhere. I also just realized that we actually probably, the third person is probably going to mess this up. So let's just do 45 degrees, because the third person will fall. And it has mouse control. So we're just gonna have to change the game mode on this. So this is gonna extend a little bit. I'll just keep this in the video. I'm not gonna bother editing it out, because it can help you learn and stuff like that. So you just want to go into blueprint class, game mode, and I know I'm not super organized. I'm not naming anything or anything like that because it's just a tutorial. But when you're actually doing something, you're going to name stuff, and I just want to go non-titled, and then blueprint class, and then player controller, and then we want player controller. We want show mouse cursor. Compile, and actually I don't know if we want the show mouse cursor. So just go in here, and then player controller, I think it's new blueprint 2, and then we don't want the third person character. Default pawn. We'll just do one of the random ones. Compile, save, we'll see how this turns out. And then untitled, world settings, and then we want to go to game mode override, and then our new blueprint 1. Save. Let's just save. Okay, play. Okay. Mess this one up a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you exactly how to do it. Just don't do this in like an empty level instead. Do exactly what I did. But what it is gonna do is it's gonna rotate, but it's gonna spin really fast and stuff like that. So how you fix that is you go in here and you, right off of like get mouse X, you want to pull it out and do clamp. A clamp float, and then return it into the same spot. So what the clamp is, minimum you're gonna want like, or minimum it's gonna be -1. Is a good number to do minimum. And see, this is another magic number example. And then 1, you don't want a ton of these because then you're gonna have to go in, if you needed to edit these, then you gotta edit all 3 of these. And so yeah, it makes it really hard to edit things, and like if you find a bug or something, and usually you want to just do a variable and just make it a float and stuff, and then you can plug it into everything, but you can just go here and then fix it. Like if I make this a float and then compile it, you can edit this and be like 1, and then you can plug it into everything, and then you can make another one that's like -1. So like it makes it really easy, and then when you compile it, it fixes all of them. But you want to clamp this too. Clamp float, and then plug that in, and then minimum you still want -1 and 1. So now this is just gonna make it to where it doesn't spin as fast, but this isn't gonna limit doing a full 360. Now how you limit doing a full 360 and stuff like that, you want to go over here and do clamps. You want to do clamp float, and then clamp float. You want to limit these and then plug them in. But this one is going to be a little different, and you want like minimum to be -40 and +40, something like that. And then like -40 and then +40, and this is just gonna, oh, not 140, 40. So this is just gonna block it from doing a full 360 and everything like that. Like it's not gonna spin rapidly all the time. This limits how fast it spins, so if you had like a mesh that rolled on it or something, it's not gonna fall through because it only calculates how much, it only so often. It only calculates collision so often, so it will kind of mess it up and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically it on it. I would show you, but the third person map messed it up. So just do this in an empty level if you were gonna do it. And yeah. Please like and subscribe if you like the comment. I mean, not comment. If you like the content, and if you want to support and help this channel grow, then please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any ideas on tutorials or you have any questions, please don't forget to comment them down below. So yeah, see ya. Bye.